Hi viewers, today I'm going to be looking at a watch from a very well respected micro brand, which is San Martin or San Martin. I think San Martin sounds better, a bit more exotic. So this is a real stunner, and we'll have a good look at this now. As you can see, it has a very strong resemblance to the Tudor BB Pro GMT. Well, more than a strong resemblance, it's basically a homage of that watch, and this is the silvery cream dial, absolutely stunning. So the actual model number on this one is the SN0054-GB1. Now this does come with the black dial as well, but I really do like this dial, and it does have a very nice warm feel to it. So I'll just go over the size specifications of this watch first. The case size is a very nice compact 39mm. The lug width is 20mm and the thickness is 12.6mm. Lug to lug is around 48mm. And the crystal on this is sapphire anti-reflective. And it does come in a pretty impressive box for one of the better ones of these from these micro brands. This is quite a solid plastic box with a very interesting lid, cylindrical box, and all the bits and bobs, warranty card and booklet in there, and a few little tools for sizing the watch. Pretty good. I'll just quickly go over this brand, San Martin. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Homage watches, but if they're really exceptional and very good quality, well designed like this one, then I can make an exception to that feeling. And this really, in my experience, out of all the micro brands from Chinese made watches, which this is, it's definitely the best I've ever come across, and that certainly comes across in all the reviews I've read online about this brand. The fit and finish of this watch is really exceptional. You can pick these up for approximately $300, which is a very good price. It's a decent watch, very well made. You've got the Seiko NH34 GMT movement in there, so it's very reliable, accurate. It has the BGW9 loom as well, and the dome sapphire crystal is fantastic. Got a signed screw down crown, just a tiny bit gritty but not too bad. Great pop, and it is a very smooth action. Feels like the action of a much more expensive watch. The GMT is very simple to move, as is changing the date, and it's all very slick. I think what's impressed me most about this watch is the actual finishing of the case. The polishing is very high end. You know, it's what you'd expect to see on a Swiss watch costing over $1,000. It's fantastic. Got the brush polishing on the case, on the side of the case there, then that nice polished beveled edge, and then the tops of the lugs are brushed, and then the fixed bezel is brushed, but then what I really like is the edge has that polish to it, so you get that great contrast, and then all the markers are inscribed in black, and they've just pulled that off really well. It's very hard to pick fault with that. The case back is just very Tudor-esque, plain screw down case back, The bracelet really is good quality, nice finishing on the bracelet as well. Brushed and then polished on the sides with very good quality screw pins to change the links. The only thing I'm not too happy about with the bracelet is this is a little bit gappy, which does make it feel just a little bit rattly, but it's a minor complaint. It's just I would have liked to see that a little bit more tight in there. But apart from that, it really is good, and the clasp is exceptional. Really nicely finished. I love the logo badge on the top there. Again, you've got the brushed and then the polished beveled edge on there. Micro adjustments as well. Really good. So overall, I am very impressed with this watch, and I wouldn't mind trying out a few of their other models. They do have a big range now, but yeah, for that price, I think it really is hard to beat. Now this dial is a very interesting colour. It is creamy, but it has a slightly metallic sheen to it. So it's almost verging on a champagne silver, but it's not quite. I do really like that. And then you've got the high contrast with the dark blue edges on the handset and the markers. Really lovely warm dial that. Okay, I'll just throw that on the wrist to show you how that looks. Yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that. Love that crystal. And it really does fit the wrist very nicely. That compact size is perfect. The lugs do curl down a little bit, and it just sits very nicely. This watch has a great profile as well. Yeah, very impressed with that. Okay, I'll show you how that lume looks in the dark now. As you can see, that BGW9 looks fantastic. Really very bright. That does last a long time. I'm glad they've loomed the second hand as well. Very good indeed. Okay, so I'll just zoom in on the dial now. Let's see that, inspect that in a lot more detail and see if we can spot any flaws. I doubt we will, but anyway, let's have a look. Okay, so there we can see that lovely crisp dial in close-up, and that printing does look flawless. Very crisp. And I can say the same for the printing at the bottom of the dial there. As you can see, 100 meters water resistance, and that is super sharp and very crisp as well. And the handset, yeah, the edges look really crisp and fine. Can't see any issues there at all. And those markers filled with loads of gorgeous lume. Again, very sharp, no problems there at all. Yeah, the bezel as well, look at the finishing on that. I love that brushed finishing. All going in the same direction, looks really very well done and very fine. The fit and finish really is superb. And the GMT hand again, really very good attention to detail on that. Love that orange paint. Yeah, well, to my amateur eye, that dial does look flawless. You see the crown there as well, really very good detail. The logo is actually embossed on that crown, and it's all very well polished. No nasty gritty edges to that. Some manufacturers kind of lose interest on the crown, and you know, maybe because it's so small they think it doesn't really matter. and you do see sometimes when you zoom in like this, you see crowns that have a lot of nasty edges to them and quite rough, but this isn't rough at all. That's just a good telltale sign of how much attention to detail has gone into this watch and how much effort they've put into the overall fit and finish. Very impressive. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. That's the San Martin homage to the Tudor BB Pro GMT. Really marvellous watch. And yeah, well, my final thoughts on this. I do like it, really impressed with it. I'm going to enjoy wearing this. But if I can sum it up in one sentence, it just makes me really want the real thing. I didn't even think about the Tudor Pro GMT before. But now when I have this on my wrist, I think, oh wow, this is lovely. I want the real thing now. Because I know that will be even better. Obviously looks wise it's pretty much the same, but it's just going to be on another level. But in the meantime, I'm very happy to wear this. I think it is exceptional value for money. It really is very good quality, and it just looks much more expensive than it is. So I do hope you enjoyed looking at this one. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.